This podcast is brought to you by Fandom Spotlight. Check us out at fandomspotlight.com. Have fun and follow your fandom.
Last time on Dragon Ball for Life.
Anime, we have your attention. Again, we promised you, the lifers, a mega interview. And when I think mega, I don't think one episode. No. That's a normal. That's a maybe a large if you're feeling frisky. But when I think mega, I need to be supersized. I need a 2-piece, not a 1-piece, but a 2-piece. So part 2 coming right at you in 3, 2, 1. Dodon Ray.
I'm sorry.
But
I can rant about this so much more.
This is
even
great.
More than live action animal movies. I can rant.
We'll get back to it. I know you've been waiting. But it's crazy. But it's just like, I guess for me to you, like the one thing that I don't want you to like take away from yourself, and it's just like how you're saying like for you it's just so easy. I think that just speaks to like how good you are at this, because it's like me and Trav, like we'll have the conversation like when we do these interviews and stuff like that. Like I said, like a lot of this, most of this isn't like rehearsed. Like, you know, we sent you the questions, but like outside of that, we all just talked and chopped it up about nothing that's in this breakdown.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
I don't know, Matt.
So
I might have
like,
a special.
There might be some things in there.
I don't know. You don't know what's on my other.
It was at the bottom of the dock. Every controlled chaos. But I said that to say, like, you know, usually at the end of these conversations, you know, the people that like we're talking to, like when we're just kind of like unwinding and just like so hyped about how great everything went, they're just like, oh, like you guys are like really on your shit. And it's just like, we're so used to doing it, we don't look at it as like, oh, we just body. That's just like, oh no, this is what we do. Yeah, like so like you were saying, like, oh yeah, anybody can do it. We're not doing anything special.
Exactly. But that's so good. That's why
yeah.
you need to like see other people do what you do yourself. And like also see the bad ones. Like listen to the bad podcasts.
You
like,
just blew my mind, because that's what helps me like realize like, oh no, we really have a knack for this. Because it's like I'll watch someone else like try to do what we're doing and like struggle.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, that's so easy for us. Oh shit, we're kind of good at this.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Exactly. And that's so cool. I think that's like, it's like, I think it's good to realize your own potential. And like, I mean, by no means am I saying that I'm the greatest or that I'm an expert. But
you can just wink if like, you think you're the greatest.
I'm really good. And like, I'm not.
I want you to talk all like this shit. Like, talk your shit.
Right. Get it off.
Exactly.
Get it off.
If you want to say ain't nobody like fucking with me, you can say it.
Oh.
If you want to drop the gauntlet to all other voice actors right now.
See, we're already practicing.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you say that in Swedish? Ain't nobody fucking with me.
Oh,
This is the drop.
Ain't nobody fucking with me. I can't. Nothing sounds cool in Swedish.
That's all right. I can give it a shot.
Ingen kan mäta sig med mig. Det är ingen kan jävlas med mig. Ingen kan mäta sig med mig.
I like it.
No, it's not just like,
I like it.
If a Swedish person listens to this podcast, they would be like, "Oh, Matilda, why did you even try?"
All right. In that case, I won't.
It just doesn't sound cool.
So Trav, I feel like you did this on purpose, and you slide dog you. So when speaking about translations of other words and whatnot, one of the questions that Trav put in here that I love. So one of the things that me and Trav bond over, he has this very eclectic love of like different music from different regions, like different languages, different talking points. He'll always send me stuff and be like, yo, listen to this. And it's like, it's a song I would never click on in my life. And I'm like, yo, why are you sending me this shit, bro? And then I click on it. I'm like, oh, this y'all slaps. This is a great song and whatnot. But outside of voice acting, like I kind of want to pivot a bit, because I know when I Instagram stalked you a bit, just a bit, not a lot, just a bit. I saw that, you know, you have a love of music. and whatnot. And I know that's like a passion, and I kind of want to highlight that. And Trav has some beautifully worded questions that we actually are going to try to get to these ones.
Read them.
Take it away, Trav.
Verbatim.
No, I mean, like, you know, we obviously are big fans of music. So, you know, when did you start, you know, when did this part of your career enter, and, you know, when did you start making music, and do you have any, you know, future plans to release some more songs? Because, you know, you have a beautiful voice.
I mean, thank you.
Yes.
I can't even say when I started with music, because that's just like forever. Like it's just like, yeah, since
music was created.
Yes.
Since you started.
The dawn of time.
Since the dawn of music.
I have
sang.
Like, that's just like
okay.
The wind.
Right.
You can hear it in the wind. No, but I've always been a music lover, and I've always been singing. And because my mom is a singer, my dad he loves classical music. My mom is more modern in that sense. And then my stepdad is a guitarist, and, you know, it's just like, it's always been around me. And so I think I started writing songs when I was really young too, maybe like 8 or something. And
humble stunt.
You know, it's a little,
it just happened. I just stumbled upon it.
I was cranking out ballads at 8 years old, you know.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I've always been singing, and I have released like I've been a singer on a few songs, but I haven't really released any of my own. And I think that's something I really want to do, but I am very much a perfectionist. I feel like I've waited so long to release something of my own that it has to be perfect now. Like, I can't come out with some bad shit. Like, that would be embarrassing. So I feel like
you sound like somebody we know.
I was literally about to say, you remind us of Freddie Jordan.
Oh, really?
The amount of music that he's shown us over the years that just have not seen the light of day, and every single time he shows it to us, we're like, you need to release this to the public.
Put this out.
But
yeah,
he's the same way, where it's like, you know,
I get that all the time. It sucks, and I feel like it's not even like I think I could release some songs. Like, I have songs that I myself genuinely think are really good, and I mean, it's just people's opinions, and not everyone will love whatever I put out. But
everyone will love it. We got the neuralizer.
Oh,
exactly.
Right.
Come on now.
Zap.
You love this song.
Zap everyone.
Did you like the song? Nope. Wrong answer.
Now you do. Wrong answer. Now you do.
Now you love
all
it.
my records now, and my merch.
There you go.
Start a fan page. No, but I think it's just like, I've always written like either me just playing the guitar and singing, or playing the piano and singing, and I've never been able to translate that into an actual production, you know, like something that I could give out. Like, that has just never happened. And I have tried, and I've had a few small projects, and I feel like most of the times I have this really like specific idea of like how it's supposed to sound, but I can't get it out. And I can't convey it to the person I'm working with, because I don't know how to produce myself. So whenever I've tried, it just like doesn't really get there for me. So I think I need to start like producing myself. I think that's like the only way for me to maybe get something out. But even then, I'm gonna sit there like for years on one song and just be like, oh, is this snare? Is the snare the right snare?
Turn up my snare.
I think
I don't have no snare in my headphones.
We'll talk to our people, and then you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I can play. Actually, this summer I did play this summer at my friends. They have like a music festival at their summer house, or they have like a summer, like they have a really big lot with a barn and everything, and so they do a music festival there.
That sounds pretty dope.
And so I was like, okay, my friend was like, okay, if I sing on stage for the first time ever, you have to perform your own songs. Or maybe, no, actually, I said, if I perform my own songs, will you sing on stage for the first time? Because he sings really well.
Okay.
And so we did that, and I had to perform my own songs, and I performed 3 songs, and I was so nervous. I'm not nervous on stage. Like, I can get nervous, but I never feel like, I never like really shake and like I can't get the words out. I mean, I can get nervous, and I'm not
Embrace
uncomfortable.
the butterflies.
Yeah, like I'm not uncomfortable being nervous. But that time, and the funny thing is, I was on stage like earlier in the program and later in the program, and doing other things where it just wasn't my own songs. I sang with my friend when he sang for the first time. I was like backing him up, and I wasn't nervous at all. But then I went up and I did my own songs, and I was like, "Hi everyone, so I just wanted to see if I could just play for you guys." So
my name is McKenna, and I sing. I mean, Dominic.
Dominic, Trav, shit.
Talking animals. Fuck.
Talking cats and dogs. Have you guys seen that movie? You guys seen the movie? Just start talking about it.
You just start doing stand up.
Yeah. What else? It really, but I was so nervous. I couldn't stop. Like, I was just babbling, and that doesn't happen to me. I've been on stage. Most of the people in the audience is just like people I know, or people that know people I know, like familiar faces, basically each and every one of them. And still, I was just like shaking, trying to play the piano, and it went really well. So, I mean, maybe that should give me some confidence to release some songs, and maybe I don't need a production. Maybe I can just like record myself and just like, there you go. Here, take this.
Raw and uncut.
The raw, unfiltered file.
gems.
This is what you got.
Yeah,
Take
absolutely.
Exactly. Take it.
And I feel like that kind of was like a better test, because I personally think it's way harder to do things performative in front of people you know, like total strangers.
Yeah.
What? Like,
Yes.
easy. Like,
Incredibly
so
true.
easy.
Incredibly
Like people
true.
you know, it's just like,
Because like
stop looking at me.
You can
Yeah,
see
it's like,
someone's
who do I
face.
think I am?
Yeah, and you know their personality, and know like you have a better idea what they could be thinking. I'm like, look at like, oh,
Yeah.
I know he's
Yeah.
calling me
Yep.
ass. I know he's saying.
He hates
I know
it.
he's
He hates
saying
it. I
my
know he
shit
does.
trash, but he's just here to support.
Exactly.
Like, damn, I'm that friend that sucks and no one wants to tell me
Yes,
shit.
that's my nightmare. That's my nightmare. I'm so afraid of that. I'm so afraid of that. Like not knowing like what I do.
That you're
Like
not
not
good.
being. Yeah.
Nah,
I'm always
we've heard
afraid
you
of that.
sing. You're not that friend.
Okay, good.
You're not.
Thanks.
You're not
thanks.
You're not the friend. No, we just here to support.
We would let you know.
You haven't heard my songs
yeah.
though. You never know. Hear my own songs. You're like, ugh. Who told
Like,
this
yeah,
bitch
Matilda,
she
you might
can
want to
write?
stick with voice acting is your
Yeah.
niche. Like, let's
Maybe
stay
such
there.
other scripts, not your own, would be better.
Hilarious,
Oh god,
hilarious.
that is my fear, being like.
No,
that friend.
but you know what's crazy? And I think like as a performer, like I love that nervous anxiousness, that excited anxiousness. Not like nervous, like
No.
and whatnot, but that like the butterflies.
Yeah.
I think for me, like performing, like when I talked about like the adrenaline, like that's what I use for the fuel.
Yeah.
Like the butterflies and that nervousness. That's what it's like. Make you feel alive.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, I know. I've always said like when it comes to like the performing side of everything, like acting and whatnot, like not doing like my own thing, the moment that like I stop getting that feeling, I think I'd be trash, because it's like, because I always compare the analogy that I use with acting, like when people like ask like, oh, like, well, how do you cry, and like this and the third,
Yeah.
or on screen or whatever. For me, being on a set, because it's like that excited anxiousness, I always compare it to like the first day of school. Like when you're a kid in kindergarten and it's the first day of school, you're so on edge. Like one mean thing, you're just gonna bawl out crying. You're just gonna bawl out crying.
Yep.
Or one nice thing, you're just gonna die laughing.
Yeah,
Like just
exactly.
like just because like you're so anxious, and like acting is like that. It's like you're already like so vulnerable and like teeter-tottering. It's like if you just think of
That's
one bad
so
thing,
true.
it just flows.
That's
So I always said like
true.
the moment that like I've been doing this for like a really, really long time and I don't have that anymore, because I'm like, oh, it's like 9 to 5, clock in, do my lines, go home.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
I can't do that. I can't do it anymore.
Exactly.
I have to quit. Like,
that is so true.
I
I've thought of that so much. Like that's so true. I never wanna not feel what I feel about acting or singing. Like I never wanna just like, it's whatever. I never want to feel that. And I think that's something you have to like work on. Like you need to. That's the self hype you need to do. Like you need to be constantly like, this is so great. That's what I do.
Yeah, because I can hear the like the genuine like joy in you, like when you're talking about like voice acting and dubbing. Like I can like legit tell that like, oh, you're like really passionate.
Yeah,
about
but
this.
I love it.
So
That was good.
Yeah. When we're fortunate enough to have a guest on who's just like, paid for like their craft, I always like to ask the question, like on that, going to that theme about, once this has become a job and you like aren't like fulfilled anymore, how do you kind of like temper that? Because it's like, I've always said that like that is my fear as well. Like the fact that like I'll wake up one day, because I grew up like movies and stuff. Like we talked about, I was outside. Everyone, I did go outside and play.
Damn, did that trigger
like,
you with that comment?
Nah, repress memories. Like, that one time I didn't get picked to play dodgeball. Like you sons of bitches.
I was here.
But yeah, like I would consider myself like a cinephile. Like movies was like my thing as a kid. Like that's even still now. That's so it's just like I was scared to like go after that in a professional standpoint, because it's like, all right, now it's a job, and I don't want to like taint my innocent childlike view of the movie industry by like now, because I know how like the business side of it works. So like, how have you managed to like maintain your enthusiasm, especially because you've essentially been doing this? You've been doing this longer in your life than you
born
haven't
voice
been doing
actor.
this. Like,
You
was in the womb.
Yeah,
He was in the
exactly.
womb
Came out the
voice
womb
acting.
saying, "Don't give me no cat or dog roles, but otherwise, I'm here."
Her umbilical cord. Her umbilical cord was a mic cord. Fun fact.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, everyone, listen up. I came out of the womb. So
Swinging
ready.
with the
What else?
He's like, yo, somebody cut this. I'm ready to work.
So stupid. I don't even remember the question. I don't remember.
Since you do this professionally, like how do you like maintain like the fact that you're like a fan of this, but this is also like your business?
I mean, it's not hard because it's a very fun job. But yeah, no, I think a lot of it is, I think of like the person, the kids, because mostly when you dub in Sweden, it's kids shows. We don't dub, like we dub some Netflix movies for some reason. Like I was in the Swedish version of The Witcher. Like,
ooh,
nobody watches that. But I was in
we
it.
do. America,
no,
that's like a really
the
big
Swedish
show.
version. I mean, obviously people
I
watch
got
the
you.
Witcher, but the Swedish version never. Like, nobody's gonna watch that. But they dubbed
just
that,
for you,
so I was in
we're
that,
gonna
and
watch
really
it.
cool.
Just
Yo,
for you, we're gonna
well,
watch it.
I'm in the first episode of season 2, I think.
2, the second season.
Has to be. What was her name? I remember. She dies.
Are you like the bat? Oh, you're the bat girl
the bat
in that
girl?
episode? She's like a bat, kind of.
No.
Well, she's like a demon.
No,
I think that's the first
maybe it's the first
Not
one
that
in the
Matt,
first.
I thought we said animals are out of the question.
I know, right?
Even if it is in a
A
humanoid
bat
form.
girl.
Well, she's not.
She's a bat?
Did you see her face? She said, "No."
She's like,
No,
no, not that one.
No way. No, I don't remember what her name is. Anyway, so what I was thinking about, right? So how I keep my love for my job. I think you have to think about the people that are gonna like partake in whatever you do.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do mostly voices for kids, and in the game I do voices for kids and for adults who play Overwatch, which is a lot. Thank God, that's fun. I like that.
There you
A
go.
lot of parents and kids coming together to conventions, and they both play together. I love that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Overwatch bringing people together,
Listen,
you know.
Bringing Overwatch and talking animal
My game,
movies.
the game that I created.
Of course.
No, but I
was
just
in the
think
vision the whole time.
exactly. I just think about the end game. Like, I think about, I want to do a good job. And I think also I have kind of like found like a loophole with emphasis on loop, because when I dub something, I pretty much always go and watch that if I can. So if I find it on Netflix, or if I find it on Disney Plus or wherever, I watch it. And so I become one of those viewers that look at it, and so I can judge it. And that's how I think, that's how I excel at that job. It makes me better, but it also makes me hear the end result and like, oh, I remember that day in the studio I was feeling really good about it, but now that I'm hearing it, it lacks energy or it lacks whatever. And so I think that's what keeps me going, like seeing it as a sport and judging myself really hard, being very criticizing of myself, and just like thinking about like, I want to do a good job. Like, I don't want to have kids sitting there like, you know, I don't want to break the fourth wall because I'm not, because I don't
they
care.
mute your parts. Like,
yeah, exactly.
All right, she's done talking now. All right.
I don't want to ruin that for them. And so I feel like it's an important job, you know? I mean, obviously
Absolutely.
not an essential. I'm not an essential worker. Flashback Friday to
I was gonna say, yeah,
COVID times.
I haven't heard that term in.
Yeah, right.
Bit,
It felt strange even saying it.
Essential personnel.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm obviously not that. But I feel like there's some importance to what I do. I mean, there's importance in what everyone does.
Yeah.
And so you just have to find that, I think. That keeps me really going. Like, being able to be proud of what I do. Like, I can't, since I always watch it afterwards, I really want to feel like, oh, I did a good job on that. And I feel like most of the times nowadays, I really do. Like, earlier, when I was younger, I felt like it was horrible. I was always like, oh, this is so bad. But now I can be like, oh, that wasn't that good, but this was amazing. Like, I can really, like, yeah. Self-love.
I love that.
Self-care.
I love that.
It's
self-judgment.
Is that like a trippy thing to come to grips with, like that for some kids somewhere, like your voice is like attached to like a forever memory, like that they're gonna have?
I mean, it's strange because I didn't experience that until Overwatch. So with Overwatch, like going to convention and actually meeting people that have like the biggest connection to the character, I'd never experienced that earlier. Like, I just remember like some of my friends thought it was cool that I was dubbing when I was really young, because they watched. I mean, we were in the age of the shows that were dubbing, so like people my age watched what I was working on, and that was strange. But it wasn't like, I mean, I didn't really feel any impact. It was more so like, oh, I'm fucking cool. Like, people think I'm cool.
You're right. Yeah.
And then when I got older, I feel like nobody notices. Like, nobody talks about it. And most of the time, the kids don't realize that, like, they don't think, like, oh, there's a voice behind the character. So a lot of the times, like, nowadays, and when I talk to parents, they're like, oh, but you need to see my child because she watches that show. And so they bring me to the child. And they're like, look, this is the voice of blah, blah, blah. And the child's just looking at me like,
no, it's not.
No. She doesn't look like her.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there like, hi. I know, I've been through this
Right.
1,000 times. I know you don't know who I am. I'm just
The
a
kids
stranger,
thinking,
I guess.
Mom, you just grabbed someone.
Yeah. It's like,
Exactly.
You just grabbed the
you
person.
just
Like,
told
it's
me
so-
last
it's
night
such a
Santa
weird
Claus
thing.
isn't real, so I don't know if I can.
Exactly.
I don't believe you're not a reliable
Yeah.
source.
Exactly. No, it's just so strange. I feel like most kids are like, they don't care about who I am. But with Overwatch,
Look.
a lot of people, that for me was like, oh shit, I'm
I'm calling it.
yeah, like people
I'm
DMing
calling
me,
it
like
now.
that's strange for me. I've never done that. I've never DM'd someone being like, hey, you did this really well, or you did a good job at this. But I have so many people DMing me, literally just saying, thank you for the job you did. I'm like, thank you for telling me that. Oh my god, I didn't know people were appreciating what I did. Like, you're just like, like I said, the dubbing actors like lurking in the shadows, like, and like suddenly Overwatch came, and it was just like, oh,
Water. Eat water.
Well, now
will
Look,
work for water.
I'm calling it now. In like 20 to 25 years, we're gonna get a young thespian going up there to accept their reward, and they're gonna say, "I never would have gotten acting if it wasn't for the Swedish dubbed version of episode 1, season 2 of The Witcher."
Very specifics.
It changed my life.
And
forever.
also, they're not even saying my name; they're just like mentioning that
They're
episode.
gonna say, they're gonna be like, that one girl who did the voice.
I don't even know her name.
I don't know her name, but
Google, but
she's the reason I'm
she's the
here.
reason
And
I'm
then
here.
Matilda would be at home reliving the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's pointing at the TV like,
Oh, you're right.
thing
Yeah.
is, the
Oh, yeah.
That's me.
Exactly.
I did want to
I
ask
thought you
you.
meant the Leonardo
man.
DiCaprio, like, you know. That,
Yeah, oh yeah,
I send it to everybody.
Mhm.
The Great Gatsby, the Great
Yeah.
Gatsby
Yeah.
meme.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh no, all good. I was just, with how the world of content creation has just been expanding every single year. You've been working within this business since you were a child, but did you ever think that it could grow this big in terms of not only just voice acting, but you're on Twitch now, you're streaming, and you're doing all these different events. So like, did you like ever envision just all the doors that are going to open simply from content creation and also just the power of your voice?
I mean, well, thank you for adding that last one. Thank you. I had never, ever. I mean, when I was younger, I thought it would be like the next like Lady Gaga or Beyonce. I thought it was going to be like a pop,
There's
like
still
a
time.
major
There's still
pop
time.
star. I mean,
Still time.
yeah, I guess technically there's time.
There's
But I'm
still time.
25. Like I'm literally a has-been in the year 2022.
Right, this is the
like I need
age
to
where
be
you would have been at your peak.
exactly. Like I should have started 10 years ago. But no, I never thought. It was so strange. I feel like this is embarrassing to say, but when I was younger, I was very like, I was really, I thought I was going to be famous. I was very certain of the fact that I was going to be famous one day. I was like very...
You kind of are.
I mean, to a certain extent. And like, I feel like I'm famous like in the best way. Like if you know me, you know me. If you don't, you have literally no
You can still do
idea.
like everyday things that those who have more exposure would.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's very
I would
nice.
rather have that, honestly.
You can still go to
it's-
Target.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very,
right.
very chill. And like in Sweden, even if I would be like a huge celebrity, like people don't go up to you because it's just like sweets.
Yeah.
Like we're just like taking
You know,
a pic.
you know what's
and then
what's funny? So very very regional specific, because me and Trav are both from Philly. That's kind of how we are with celebrities here. Like if like we
Really?
see them, it's just like, oh hey, like we'll like say hi. Like we don't really like press them for like
but we don't
autographs and
say
stuff
hi.
like that.
We stare at
Oh,
them
you just don't say, you just there.
quietly.
Yeah, no, it's
We're
usually
like-
like how it'll go. Like, yeah, if you're out somewhere, like a celebrity walks through, like you'll tap your friend. Oh, look, it's such and such. Like, oh yeah, that is them. And, like,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
depending on the situation, you might,
We're
like,
never.
hey, I'm a
we
big,
never.
big fan.
We don't approach. We can't.
no, we're shouting
She's
this
like,
from like
no,
across
we
the
actually
street.
just
Big,
don't.
big fan.
There are like
Yeah, big
pictures.
fan.
There are pictures
Yeah,
of
big
Lady
fan.
Gaga. we wouldn't maybe not even look at the celebrity. Like we're just like
Just have your
picture, then
phone.
we're just done. But there are pictures of Lady Gaga. Exactly, because it's always like you need to be really chill, and you want to look like you don't care, like you want to be respectful. So you're always like,
I'm about to say you gotta act like you're on the phone, but your camera's up. Like, yeah, okay. So.
yeah,
Got him.
bring the phone up to your ear, like you're
Yeah.
taking a picture.
I'll be like,
The flash is on. Oh shit! Fuck.
They're
No.
like, they're like, I know you're taking a picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Then they recognize you. Oh, you're that girl from season 2 of The Witcher.
Yeah. Like, how did you recognize me? It's just my voice. They're like,
I love your work.
Exactly. No, but Lady Gaga was in Sweden once, and she was like shopping in a mall, and there are pictures like of it, but like she didn't have security or anything. Like nobody walked up to her. Maybe she had some people standing in like in the corner or something watching her, but like She was not approached.
Oh, they were there.
She was not approached. That's how Swedes are. Like we don't even say hi. We don't even like. It's a Lady Gaga.
Yeah. I was gonna
Fucking
say
Gaga.
certain level of celebrity, like they're like not approachable. Like it's like
But
their
still,
aura is too strong. You're like
It's just so
It's
cool that she was
blinding.
here, and every Swede was just like looking at her.
That was
taking
probably
pictures,
so
and then they
refreshing
would-
for her though. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
right?
so too. I think so. Yeah, but I'm never. I mean, I'm not
Mega
that. I
celebrity.
don't think I'll ever be that level. Where were we before we came here? I don't remember.
everywhere.
I was on something.
Everywhere.
well, you know what? Then
was I
next
saying?
time you are in the States or even in Philly, we're gonna show up to whatever event you're at and be like, "Hey yo, that's Matilda,
Big fan.
yo,
I
I loved you on The
Draw all
Witcher.
the
Exactly.
attention. Draw all the
I
attention
have to call
you.
my agent and get me a convention in Philly.
There
There
we
you
go.
do
go.
that.
Yeah, we'll come with air horns.
I was just thinking now. I was like, is Philly? I don't even know. Is Philly a state or is it a city? I
Oh, a
genuinely
city.
don't know.
Mhm.
It's a city.
It's a city that
Philadelphia
we
in-
acknowledge as a state.
Pennsylvania.
In where?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
Yep.
And that's like on the west side of
East
US.
Coast. East Coast
East
of
Coast.
the US.
Okay.
We got you.
Oh, yeah. No, wait.
You thinking
No.
of the other Pennsylvania?
No, actually, I said the wrong word, but I meant east.
No,
Oh
yeah,
my god,
yeah.
thank God. Yes. I
So
was seeing the map in front of me.
Yeah, we're on the Western Hemisphere, but in relations to America, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
is on
but
the
you're
East
on the
Coast.
exactly.
I see
No,
what you
wait,
did
East
We're on the
Coast.
Western. Yeah.
Oh
No,
no,
so-
I said
so-
the wrong word. No,
yeah.
I know I said what I meant to say,
I get what
but
you
it
meant.
was
I get
I
what
was
you
wrong.
meant.
No, I wasn't correct in any way.
I'm trying to bail you out.
Yeah, no, I'm bailing myself in. No.
You understood.
I'm bailing myself
I
in.
did. I really thought I was like, oh, I just said the wrong word. Thank God for language barriers. But now I realize, no, I didn't say the wrong word. I genuinely thought.
hop back into the fire.
Right.
Like, we
Oh my
pulled
God.
you out.
Yep.
You
No.
ran back.
Jumping right back in.
She said she's a go get me.
Yeah, he's like,
She's
come
a
get
go
me. Run after me. See if you can. Catch me if
Right.
you can.
I tried. I was like, no, we gotta get out the fire.
I feel, but it's also funny because I'm like, oh my God, how do I not
Ryan
know where
started the
Pennsylvania
fire.
is? And then I'm like, okay, can you guys like point out Sweden on a map? Could you?
How many guesses
Yeah.
do I get?
One.
Oh yeah, one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in a general region.
That's when
Somewhere here.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
point
the
towards
globe.
Iceland. I'm just
I'm just gonna turn off my camera, look at my phone, and then turn on my. All right,
Exactly.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Stall for time as you're looking it up. Yeah, we're in Sweden, right? Okay. Yeah. Like Sweden. just making sure.
But most people
Oh,
confuse
man.
Sweden with Switzerland. So, I mean, you
Okay.
could be like, oh, I
Yeah.
thought you meant Switzerland. So, I know where Sweden is. I thought you meant Switzerland. It's like, yeah, but you were pointing to India though. So
It's like
maybe.
that's a totally different culture. Just
Totally
That's Nova Scotia. You missed.
you're just
That's
actually
not
just pointing to like an ocean right now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You are in the Bermuda Triangle right now.
I did I
Getting
did
sucked
have
in.
a video game question that I did want to ask you about. Well, two. One's video game. Yeah, they're both video. I don't know why I was gonna.
Mhm.
No, they're not video
Okay.
game related.
Two video game questions.
But do you ever get complaints from fans about? Well, you're the creator of the game, so I guess you would. But
she creates the
Yeah.
game,
Oh,
so
yeah.
yes.
but
Exactly.
yeah, do you ever get complaints from fans about the game and about things that you're like, I just voice her like that.
Like the frame rates aren't good enough,
100%.
Matilda.
100%.
I just
when
voice Brigitte.
exactly. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. When Brigitte came out, she kind of like changed the meta of the game. Like she changed a lot, and so people who had been playing the game
she has
for
a cult
years,
fan base.
yeah, when people have been playing the game for years, they knew exactly how to play their character, and they did it well. and then my character came, and everything changed. They couldn't play the same way, so they were really mad. Like they were pissed.
Yeah, was it
And for some reason, they contacted me, and they wrote to me. They DM'd me, and they were like, "You ruined the game," and I'm like, "I'm sorry. How? Like, if they hate my voice, I can accept that. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go cry, but like, I can accept that. But like, getting criticism for something that's just like I'm not a part of that. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't. Should I say sorry? I don't
This
even
game
know.
lags now. It's your fault.
Exactly.
That's so funny that you said that because I texted a couple of friends before our call because I know they played Overwatch just to see if there's any questions that they wanted me to ask you. And then one of my boys, he goes, "Ask her why Brigitte was OP at one point." And I was
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So your character
the
was a
thing.
cheat code at one point. Listen,
Exactly.
powerful in the game, powerful outside the game. Hey,
There you go. Look.
Exactly. They're just trying to.
Cohesive.
They're just following,
Cohesive.
I'm leading by example,
Exactly.
and they're just like, following me.
They based the character off you. That's why you got the
exactly.
role. They was just
OP.
like,
mm-hmm.
That's all I
Look.
am. No, yeah, that was one of the big things. Like, oh, she's so OP. She's so OP. Like, you can't beat her. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's where you got That's where you got to really, see where their heads at. If you go, well, are you upset that the character's OP, or are you upset that it's a female
That it's a
character
female.
that's OP?
Oh yeah,
Really,
exactly.
really put them in a
That's how I spin
blender.
it.
Really put them in a
Or-
blender.
no,
Or I'm
no.
like, maybe the character is an OP. Maybe you're just bad.
Yeah.
Like that.
Ooh, sick burn.
Exactly.
Sick
Maybe you
burn.
just suck at the game. I don't know.
Maybe you're just like, get good. Like, just get good.
Do you ever
She said,
respond, or do you
go back
do
to
you just ignore
Halo.
all
Go
those,
back
like,
to Halo.
complaints that clearly are out of your out of your realm?
Exactly. I'm never responding to DMs. Mostly because I'm scared of like even the nice ones. I don't want to open up.
Yeah.
Because if you respond
Psych,
to a
this
DM,
wasn't nice.
No, exactly. But like if you respond to a DM, the chat is like open.
Yeah.
So whenever they send
Yeah.
it, they can see if I read it and everything. And so I'm always afraid of responding to someone, and then I have to live up to the image they have of me.
Yeah.
Like I
Mm.
read almost everything. Now Instagram has some bullshit update where you can't like scroll down further than a few,
Oh, really?
like, yeah, a fixed amount of conversations. So that sucks. I probably missed a lot, but I'm in there a lot, and I'm just like checking out what people have to say.
We were actually in the
And,
comments telling you to that we responded to the email. That's why. Just kidding.
That was
Really?
us.
No. We weren't.
I was like, oh, shit.
All 86 of those unread messages were from us.
Yeah. Oh, that explains. And then I'm like, actually, I never look at my DMs.
I never seen them at all.
I haven't seen
I don't
that
read
at
a
all.
comment. Not one.
No,
I
not
don't even
a little.
like it.
Nope, never.
Not a
Would
single
never.
comment.
And I'm always
I can't
afraid of,
even
like-
read.
I can't even. I've never read. They just tell me the lines and then I say them. That's how I do
I
it.
haven't
that's-
read not one day in my
that's
life.
It's a whole thing. Have you guys seen? There's a whole thing about Leah Michelle, who played the character Rachel on Glee. I don't know if you watched
Okay.
that show. I watched it when I was younger.
I've
But there's a
dabbled.
whole
I've
like
dabbled.
here and there.
internet thing about her being illiterate, and that like people are like trying to find proof of her not being able to read, and it's so funny to me. I mean, obviously it's kind of awful. Like she's probably not illiterate, and I saw an interview where she was like, I can read. Like, where did this come from?
They
But
pulled
it's
out a
just
book.
so
They're just
funny.
like, would you like to prove
thought-
everything
Yeah,
wrong?
because the thing
thought she was
is,
Floyd
they
Mayweather.
did give her a card where she was supposed to read, and she was just like, oh, and then she was like joking about it, and I was like, read it, bitch, I want to know. Can you read? Can you do it? I need to know.
If I do this, I'm just entertaining the haters.
Exactly.
People
But
start
she could
showing
like
up with
quiet
cards.
down so quickly.
throws the card.
Exactly.
How does a rumor like
How
But
that
would
I
we
feel
buy
like
it?
that's. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Hey.
It's so stupid, and I love it. I think it's so funny. I think it's so funny.
Look, that's
It's
how they
just
got
so
Floyd Mayweather.
Dumb. Like how, and people finding proof. I love that. They're like, they found a video of her like reading a story she had a book here,
Yeah.
but she also had an earpiece,
Oh
and they were
my
like,
Hey,
Oh,
yo.
she's getting she has a feed in there. It's so stupid.
The cat
It's
in
so
the
stupid.
hat.
Right.
It's so stupid.
She said to he,
Yeah,
to he. It says the. It says the.
The things that people
Exactly.
will conjure up on the internet, like internet is such a dangerous place. It's such
Yes, and
It's
it also, I
undefeated.
feel like I got like a taste of that when I tweeted about the hate that I got for voicing a character that changed the game. I put out a tweet about it because I was 21. It was 4 years ago,
Mhm.
so it's a little bit younger, and I'm a very sensitive person. I can't handle hate. Like it just, I wish it was cool, but I am not. I cannot handle it.
So how do you read all the comments?
I know. Why do you do that to yourself?
Because I can't help it, you know. But actually, most like 99.9999999% of it are like positive and
That's good.
loving or
That's
like
good.
genuine
That's great. That's
questions
amazing.
or whatever. Which is what I wrote in this tweet as well. So I showed a message that I had gotten where someone was like, "Just letting you know that you ruined Overwatch," and I was like,
Jesus.
"Fuck you." And then
Hey, there you go.
I just wrote something about like, I don't understand why people would send me this, and it kind of sucks. And then I wrote another tweet, and I was like, I don't want to say like this is not and this is not my whole experience.
Mhm.
Like most 99.99999% of everything is love, but like these messages just get to me, and it's just like, why? And then I had a whole like tweet, like a Twitter thread about it, and I just like, bleh, you know, I just had to get it out.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and then that became a huge deal. Like that, I just felt like internet just took that, and then they just like expanded it. And so there were like articles about like the voice actor for Brigitte and the harassment. And I was just like,
Brigitte,
okay,
fans.
wait, I didn't say that. That wasn't. I didn't.
Yeah.
What did I say exactly?
Matilda says, "Fuck you" to all the Overwatch fans.
Yeah, and it was so strange, and like I've never gotten that many replies to a tweet before. It was like endless of just people being so nice, and then some people being like, well, if you can't take it, maybe you shouldn't be an actor and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck you.
They probably
and
had
then
an anime.
And she says,
Abby.
"Fuck you" to fans again.
They probably were not
No,
showing
no. But so it was so strange, like seeing articles about me where this like tiny thing, like I was just showing one message, and I was just like, oh, I hate that this happens sometimes.
Mhm.
And I literally said like most, like a big majority of everything I receive online is just love. But still, like, they just took it, they just flipped it. And there were articles about the harassment of the voice actor of Brigitte, and I'm just sitting here like, I didn't say, I just wanted to complain.
Just read the thread. Like I was.
Yeah, just read what I
Right.
said.
Just go back and read.
Yeah, and it's so strange. It's like long paragraphs about me.
Oh,
Like-
man.
Like I wrote one tweet. It was not a lot, but that was really for me like internet just like for some reason just like flipping it over, trying to make it into a story, and I was like,
Yeah.
The damn.
Why?
The world of
that's nothing.
the world of content creation is great, but also bad in those aspects as well. Like
Yeah.
I always see the aggregator sports accounts where they'll tweet like news that the reporter that's just reported like so and so is out for 2 weeks per Woj, but it's like, why don't you just retweet him? Like you typed
Yeah,
out what
exactly.
you said,
Yeah.
but so
You copy and
right.
paste the way he said.
So yeah, people they'll take one thing and then they'll spin it into a whole narrative where you're just like, I literally explained what I said in these tweets.
Exactly. Ugh, so strange. And that's also for me, that was so strange, talking about like fame and like how I'm not famous, but I am famous in some ways.
Mhm.
That for me was like a taste of like fame, like
Yeah.
people twisting a story about me to get views or to get
Because they know that people
readers.
would come read their content. 'cause
Yeah, I
you're
was
the
like,
subject of it.
look at me. Oh, like, ooh, that's cool, but
You
also
were-
super scary.
You were like,
Like I didn't know
this
people
is
cared this much
nice.
about what I said.
But I didn't say
Yeah,
that,
this is
so
nice.
you were wrong.
No, exactly. It's like, ooh, attention, but also, do I want this kind of attention?
Right.
Also, it's scary. Like what if something what if I say something else and it becomes misunderstood or misconstrued? Like, what if that happens? Like, I couldn't control those articles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what if something like that happens now? It was just like one of those things I realized, like, oh shit, like people care about what I say that much. Okay.
You start drafting tweets now and then keeping them in the draft.
Exactly. Keeping them. No, I'm
send it through 6 proofreaders. Like, all right, if all 6
I wish I had that. I wish I had that. But I do want to say, like, it's kind of scary, but like from the beginning of Overwatch and like having a public account, I'm still to this day like kind of scared to upload stuff, because it's like I feel like the vibe on the internet today is like people are very opinionated.
Oh, super.
And like one misstep can like lead to fatal consequences. And so I'm always just like
talking animal movies.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh shit, now I have those people after me.
That's all I get booked now for.
Matt and I, some of our initial feedback that we were told for our podcast was that we agree too much and that we value our friendship more than arguing just to argue. So we value our good friendship, and
too much
to the point where we're going to conjure up arguments just so that we can conjure up arguments. So
yeah.
Oh my God.
And it was crazy because like the content that they were like saying that comment about was like us reviewing a comic. A manga article. So it's just like, how are we going to argue about what's on the page?
Which we were actually like not too thrilled with that chapter.
Yeah.
Oh my
So it's just like we're both looking at the same page,
right?
I can't be,
right.
Hey Trav, he said go left. No, he said go right. Like, no, brother, it's on the page. He said it says go.
Said I didn't like this chapter. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. No, I know you liked this chapter, man.
You told me you liked it.
Maybe you can agree with each other, but you can just say it in like an aggressive tone, so it sounds like you're like discussing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, you know what, Matt? That chapter was pretty fire, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you were damn right about that.
You are such a smart guy.
You better watch how you talk to me about how positive that chapter was. You better watch it, man.
Because I agree with you fully.
Unequivocally agreeing.
Yeah. I don't know why I just thought about this real quick when we were talking about earlier of just when it becomes a chore or when it becomes your craft or everything, but during that conversation I was just thinking too of just like the world of podcasting now and how things have gone. I always encourage everybody to, if you have creative endeavors, always pursue them. And but one thing that I've always been seeing recently is with how many people are starting podcasts. I always try to, I'm very thankful and blessed that, we get interviews like with people like yourself. But just seeing how it's literally like everyone thinks that you can just pick up a mic and press record, because some of the things that I've seen gone viral from a podcasting standpoint, I'm sometimes saying to myself, damn, like, do I tell people about podcasts? Because I don't want them, bunching me in with these.
Yeah.
Because like I saw one clip that went viral on Twitter of just this guy that was yelling at the top of his lungs at his friend. It was an NBA debate, but what got him so hot was that his buddy had said Kevin Durant was legendary, and he said he's not a legend. And I was just, but like that's not a quantifiable argument that you are getting hot about, but you know that okay, if I just sound angry and go off, it's gonna go viral. And hey,
controversy creates cash.
He was, I guess,
all the time.
Right, but at the same time too, he was not going viral for the right reasons, because it was just like, yo, you sound wild, like your take is
and I hate that.
Full circle.
That's something I hate about the internet as well. Like people just like people being provocative just to
create the
get
views,
just to get viral, just saying like the most stupid thing ever. Like, don't they feel shame?
And the funniest is at the end.
Is something wrong with them?
No shame. Where they like, oh, I didn't actually like mean that. Then why the fuck you say it?
Exactly.
I just said that because I knew it would go. I knew it would go viral. Like,
Shit, I hate that.
but you know what's crazy about that though? Full circle moment. We just did it by accident again, guys. Like that kind of speaks to what you were saying, like about, you know, in your field, like when you do good, no one talks about you.
Yeah.
Like, but when you do bad,
Yep.
you're the talk of the town. So
Exactly.
it's like people are intentionally putting out crap products because they know it's gonna get attention.
Right.
That is so true. That is
Like,
actually
it's
really
crazy.
true. Oh my gosh.
That's like mind blowing. So let me intentionally make this bad because I know that people, they want to see the car crash.
We live in a society. Like,
man,
we
man,
do
we?
We do be living in a society. Oh.
We do be
It's like
living
too many
in
people
a
thrive
society.
off of negativity, and it's like, guys, that's
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand
yeah.
that. And I feel like I'm getting more and more, I'm leaning into being not very opinionated, because some things just don't need another opinion, or like they don't need another person talking about it. Like it's not, I mean, I don't think people are talking enough about live action animal movies, so that's I'm an advocate for,
They will now.
Someone needs
They
to
will
speak
now.
about it.
I'm an advocate.
Exactly. But like when it comes to like, I don't know, like I don't want to come off like somebody who doesn't care. I mean, things are important, but like the whole Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing, I wasn't very like interested in that, but it was everywhere.
I was
all
overly
over.
invested.
Oh yeah, see, but everyone was.
Johnny
And I
Depp
was
is my
just sitting-
guy.
I was sitting on my high horse, and I was just like, oh guys,
I don't know what's
so-
happening.
Yeah, like I just want to get on with my life. But it was everywhere on
Man.
Instagram and TikTok, and everyone was talking about it, like at work and with my friends. And I was just like, I would be invested in this, but then I just know that like I can never, like I'm not adding to something. Like I'll never know the full truth. I'll never know like what actually happened. I wasn't there. I just feel like it was like no matter how bad someone has been, like receiving the amount of hate that I think Amber Heard received, it's just like, how do you come back from that? I don't think you can get through that. Like, I hope she's not on social media, because there were so many people just like mocking her, making fun of her, like just shitting on her in general. Like, not even like in a funny way. Like some people were just like mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like, oh, I don't want to be a part of this. So I just dropped out. And I feel like that was one of like the first things that got me like really looking at things like, oh, I don't need to have an opinion about this. I don't need to be talking about that. I don't need to be talking about that, because it's just like so much going on. I don't need to be invested in everything. And also I'm not like, I don't want to be one of like millions of voices saying something bad, because like the amount, like all of these like small things that are being said is just like huge at the end.
Yeah.
Like it's huge.
It definitely got convoluted, because it's like people made it about the wrong thing. Like the way that I looked at it is like, it was involving Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but like for me, they were like the conduit to a larger conversation of being like, domestic abuse isn't gender specific. Like
exactly.
That's why I was so invested, because like it finally. And again, like you said, we weren't there. We'll never know like what actually happened, like to its full extent. But for us to finally be able to have the conversation and say like, oh, like men can be abused as well. Like, and that's always been a thing.
Part, right?
Exactly.
That's so important. Discussing that, like that being a topic. Wow. So happy that that's something that became that big. And then people are just like making skits of like Amber Heard buying a potato
there's
in the
a
store.
movie.
Like,
They made a movie about it that's coming out like soon. I think like on like Netflix or some shit.
What?
Like you know how they did Trav, like they did like the OJ story with Cuba Gooding.
No, they're doing one for that.
They're doing one for
that.
For
this? I mean, OJ, that was pretty long. That was a long time ago. I know,
like this,
I was gonna say,
this
like,
case just
were
ended.
They making this
like last week
while like legal issues
while it was happening?
What? Like,
yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like a.
I don't. We
They're
don't
like
need
on the.
that.
They're like on the press run for it right now. Like the two actors who are like the leads. They're like, oh, how do you feel taking on such a controversial?
They couldn't have
role?
wait a
I
year or
don't-
two.
Yeah, like,
let it breathe a
jeez.
little bit. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
they could have just wait a little.
yeah.
The shit
some
just ended like a
time.
week
Because
ago.
the thing about that too is that like for both Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, these are two traumatic experiences. So the fact that like
Yeah.
they just have people just they probably like neither of them probably want to relive this anytime soon. But now it's like, all right, boom, here it is, right in your face again.
Exactly.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah,
That's bad.
I mean, legally, they're probably still dealing
Right,
with this right
right.
now.
Exactly.
It's just not playing out in front of us. But it's just like, damn, like we're
I
still
feel
dealing
like
with this. Like y'all made a movie.
OJ and like I haven't seen the new Jeffrey Dahmer thing. I haven't seen that. I knew the name, but I hadn't really heard the story about him before. But like those things happened quite a long time ago.
Right.
So like even though people can feel like it's hard to see or like it'll always be hard to tell a story because when people are still alive. But that's just still like some time has passed. Maybe they have seen someone, talked to someone, and like gone through the whole thing. But like Amber Heard and John Depp, that was yesterday. That was yesterday. Let it
Literally.
breathe.
Yeah.
Give it some
It was
time.
it was so recent. It's tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's how-
exactly.
That's how recent that was.
That was this morning. Do we really need to
that happened
film a
tomorrow.
movie?
That's how recent that was.
So
But-
strange.
You did say something very important that I think, a lot of people need to, in certain scenarios, adopt that mindset, is that like there's true value in just not having an opinion on a topic because, as with everything that's happened in the world over the last 2 to 3 years, I've had conversations with people specifically white people who I thought were my friends who are trying to tell me about the black experience in America, where it's just kind of like,
oh my gosh.
how are you who's never had to walk into places and like feel unwelcome or need to tell our future kids that, hey, you just need to be a little bit more cautious because of the color of your skin. And it's just like crazy to me because it'd be like, they'd be telling me like, well, I don't know how you can feel that way. Well, that's not for you to determine. Like, you don't
Exactly.
I'm not asking
Fucking
you to
gaslighters.
there's
Goddamn gaslighters.
it's bad
That's
because
insane.
it's like, people just feel the need sometime to give you their opinion when it's like, one, I didn't ask for it. Two, you
exactly.
shouldn't try to speak on things that you, one, never experienced, but two, that are just so sensitive and so close to the person that you're speaking to about this. And it's just like, you don't know how your statements could potentially trigger them because it
exactly.
could,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's such an important. I think like walking that or touching those subjects like racism or sexism or transphobia or
all the issues.
I feel like I need to be like
you don't want to leave
all of
anyone
them or someone will be
Rattle
like,
them
you
right.
forgot this.
Inclusive.
But like all
What
of
about
those
this
issues.
one?
Yeah. Do you not have an opinion about that, Matilda? No, I don't.
What about the talking animals? They need work too.
Exactly.
I mean, we just saw like a governmental example of that with Roe versus Wade, where it's like, how is it that old white men should have a say in what women want to do with their body, especially when it comes to pregnancy?
That's so crazy.
Like, that's just
Can you guys
insane.
just come to Sweden? I feel like it's better here.
Look,
yeah, I'm right.
I feel
You're on the way.
like most of the things, like we still have sexism, we still have racism, we still have all of those things, but like I just feel like it's better than America. Like
right
even though
right
it's
now,
like since,
most places
still like
are.
definitely like at least like twice the times better.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Do you
what
ever
It's
see
trash Sweden, America.
still there?
Dominic, Michaela.
Dominic.
Yeah, like do you ever
Yeah.
read up on current events that are happening here, and you're just thinking to yourself, well, That's I'm sort of glad that.
I mean,
it seems made up. Like when you read some of these headlines, that's entertainment. Like
you have to really check the source and is this not from The Onion? Like what is
exactly?
Is this a satirical piece? Is this a satire or something? Like no, this happened yesterday.
It really is like that. I remember when Trump was president, it was a lot of those where it's just is this Onion News Network? Because I follow them on Twitter, but I also followed like other news sources, and it's just like, oh wait, did I read this correctly? No, that actually happened.
He would tweet some stuff that like I just start laughing, and then I go to his Twitter bio, and it's like this says
you see the
president of 49 president of the United. I said, oh yeah, no, this is the official account. Let me not laugh.
Scary.
Like it's
scary.
This person has
really is.
The nucular like codes or whatever. Like this is not
exactly.
That
it was
4-year
really
span. Content was at all-time high.
Exactly, definitely. No, but I a lot of the times when I hear about news from the U.S., I'm always like, oh, like all my friends in the U.S., I'm always like, just come here. Just come to Sweden. It's not perfect, but it's better. Like we have healthcare. Like, can we just start there?
Right.
You can go to the doctor and you'll be fine.
If we ever start getting random emails from you that just like you just say sending healing energy, I said, she must have read the news.
Yeah, exactly.
No, she saw something.
Sending healing energy your way, guys.
Oh yes, it's so many times I'm just like hearing about the U.S. and I'm just like, oh. And I think the problem with the U.S. it's too big. Like you can't have one country that's that big. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You can't have that. It's too big.
That's a good point.
We've been saying that.
Divide
I don't know if you've heard or if you've read about like a lot of crazy stories that happen in Florida, but I've been saying Florida needs to secede. And
just detach.
Yeah, just
detach Florida.
Yep.
Let it drift off.
Just cut off and it'll just float out, right? That's how.
Just let it, exactly. Yeah, Florida and Jersey. Just let them kind of like just.
It's so funny. It's so funny being an outsider and hearing all these like stereotypes about like people from different parts
they're real,
of the US.
right? Because they're real.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like most people. There's so many people who laugh at the fact that I live on the other side of the planet, but even I know that in Florida shit gets crazy. Like I just know it's just like on another level.
I love that.
It's so strange.
I have a stereotype for
hilarious.
you that you might hear if you hopefully leave this podcast and say, oh my God, these guys, they were from Philadelphia and they were so nice to me and everything. The stereotype that you might get from somebody who might know Philly people will go, oh wow, that's surprising. Usually,
yeah, you must have got one of the good ones.
Yeah, people from Philadelphia are known to be a little bit rough around the edges. So
we're prickly. We're prickly. That's a good word.
I would have never noticed. So good job, guys.
I appreciate that.
I can't tell that you hate me right now. So that's perfect. Great job.
And scene.
Yeah, you're masking it very well. Exactly.
Yeah, but so that's a future potential stereotype you might get if you speak positively of us. So and say we're from Philly.
Yeah. Philly. But you know what it is? People from Philadelphia is we're very no nonsense, but it comes off as like being aggressive.
Oh, but I like that. I like no nonsense.
It's like it's I wouldn't say cut and dry. But it's just like, so what I always like to say when people like are talking about like people who aren't from Philly who are just like, oh, like, are you okay? Like living in Philly is just like, one, bad shit happens everywhere, not just here. Yeah. But I'm like, the thing about Philly, like usually when you hear something bad that happened, it happened in the place where you would think something bad would happen. Like, it's
during a time where bad stuff happens.
During a time where bad stuff happens.
Like, are you alright? Yeah, like, I'm not going to a random spot at 3 a.m. with like no street lights and not like I'm in the house.
No, yeah,
I'm in the house.
Yeah, like you'll get your outliers, you know, with like someone who's like not right in the head did something crazy, but like for the most part, it's just like, oh, that happened there at that time. That checks out.
Yeah,
yeah. Matilda, I've had people visit Philly and say to me afterwards, you know, it's actually a really cool city.
It's not that bad. Every time,
what did you think?
Yeah.
It's like
every time
burning buildings everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just like like if you like drive through like because Philly, Pennsylvania itself, I believe was a Quaker state. It was a Quaker state. So like there's a lot of suburbs. So the Quakers were like not Mormons, but like we're very like outdoorsy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, like they were like a community, like kind of like more outdoorsy. Weren't really like with the industrial boom. Like they tried to keep everything like old school. So it's just like Philly, the pocket. Like there's a lot of cities, but like there's a lot of suburbs and like rural areas in Pennsylvania. Like a lot of it. I would probably say honestly, most of Pennsylvania
100%.
is rural. Mm-hmm. It's not urban. Like it's not like city. It's like.
Cool.
And you would never know that. So it's like, when people come here and like you take them through like an area like Plymouth Meeting or Chestnut Hills, it's like, oh, you guys have like woods and trees and like, it's so peaceful.
It's just a lot.
It's like damn, like
burning buildings. And
they thought it was like cyberpunk. Like,
exactly.
Like no,
very
we have nice areas.
Technology advanced, but also like dystopia.
Yeah,
like exactly. That's exactly. And
if I would have that, if I would imagine that, and I would get to Philly, and it's what you guys say, I would be a little disappointed if it wasn't like cyberpunk, like
that's what we be trying to tell people. Like temper your expectations for like how you think you're about to walk through a war zone. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I promise.
I was in Philly last week, and people are like, "Wow, respect! Oh my god, you made it through that.
Facts.
Good job! Wow."
Not knowing that you spent your time at like the bookstore,
exactly,
drinking Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like
you found like a really good niche coffee shop where you're just like, "Oh, this is great."
Spent your weekend in a Nook.
Oh yeah.
But you get back, you're like, yeah, I conquered Philly, and they're like, oh my god,
damn, you did that.
Matilda's a badass.
This is me going to Swedish people now. Like, I talked to two people from Philly. They're like, oh, how did you do that? Oh my god, were they nice? They didn't hurt you or anything? You okay?
I will tell you though, if it sounds nice to visit, but this is a part of Philly you probably don't want to visit. If they say, yo, you should go to Strawberry Mansion. Sounds cool, right?
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
It sounds great.
Yeah, no, that's actually one of the don't go that area. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Strawberry Mansion. Look, listen, anything that has like a vegetation, don't go. So like Strawberry Mansion.
Good.
Right? Yeah, right. Exactly.
That sounds like a show I would dub. Strawberry Mansion.
Yeah.
Like,
Strawberry
go,
Mansion.
Linwood
Gardens, Linwood Gardens, anything vegetation based, just don't go.
Strawberry Mansion is the cutest thing I've ever heard. I can't even. I'm not even convinced. I have to go there now. I have to see for myself.
No, we'll
So Strawberry Mansion is literally Gremlins. Like Gizmo looks cute till you put some water on it.
Yeah.
And it's all downhill from there.
No, you gotta do that impression again of of what the Strawberry Mansion a line would be. Just and I'll do another character from that.
Okay. Hi friends, let's find the rainbow.
Fuck out of here, dickhead.
That would be a controversial kid show. Definitely. Let's go to Strawberry Mansion. Welcome, guys.
Said nah, boy.
Where are we going? Strawberry Mansion. Yo, Dora going to Strawberry Mansion. That's hilarious. Where are we going?
Dora.
It's so upbeat, and they're just like, oh, this is not the setting.
They still in that backpack. There, what you got in that backpack?
How can you fit that much in your backpack? Give it to us. We need that.
What else you got in
there?
And if we have any listeners in Strawberry Mansion, I'm sorry, but
shout out to you. My brother went to Strawberry Mansion.
I'm not sorry because I don't know anything. So
oh no, well yeah,
you guys are probably nice. I don't know. This is not my fault. I was tricked into this. So.
This was said by Matt and Travis.
You know, as inclusive and worldly as we trying to be, I don't think that our viewership in Strawberry Mansion is very high. So it's probably not going to see this.
If I looked at the analytics, I
Keep
think.
talking shit about that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nah, Mike's gonna come back to us, guys. Like, I just checked the dashboard, and
we only get views in Strawberry Mansion.
And now we
Most
have zero
listeners.
listeners. So
And now we have none.
so you better hope this interview does well.
Look, they have pulled us from all streaming platforms.
But then you get like a ton of streams from Sweden, but it's just me listening to the podcast.
There you go.
over and
Just-
over
just
again.
Just to help us out for all the
Yeah.
Strawberry Mansion listeners we
You
lost.
got to play it on
Exactly.
different devices so it counts as different streams.
Exactly. Like, I'll be calling people like, you don't have to listen, just like put the volume down, but just like play it.
just hit play.
Just keep it on
hit
loop.
play.
If you gotta do something, just leave the house, but just let it
If you
play.
love talking animals, this is the pod for you.
I remember Justin Bieber told people that when he came out with yeah, you got like yummy yum, you know that.
Yeah, that yummy.
That song. When he
That
came
song
out
had a
with that,
moment.
he was like
It had a
doing
moment.
lives on Instagram, and he was just like, and he posted things about people like, oh, stream the song and you can stream it while you sleep, like put it on repeat while you sleep. Like, that's so creepy to me.
Yeah.
How would you say that?
Yeah.
Like, why would you say
Farming
that?
And why would someone at his level who like he's gonna get the streams
Yeah,
regardless?
like, he doesn't need to
You're
beg.
gonna get the play.
Yeah, that's
Like-
that's a very desperate.
Dude, you're making yourself look bad when you're like,
Yeah.
don't
Like, if
beg
anything,
about
now I'm not gonna play. it.
it. Yeah, right?
that would definitely discourage me.
Don't tell me what to do, Justin Bieber.
It's so strange.
And
It's
I'm
so
not trying to hear
strange.
you when I sleep.
That being said, everyone that listens to this podcast, you need to listen to it.
Yeah.
Just play it in your
Everything
sleep.
that we just said
Just play it.
a second ago.
Play it in your sleep.
Don't listen.
Disregard.
Yeah,
Zap.
disregard that for this. Yeah, zap.
Zap them immediately.
You will play this on repeat in your sleep.
Yes.
But
Oh man.
look, Matilda, we are at
Hilarious.
almost at 2.5 hours, and it doesn't even feel like it.
No,
And-
right?
And
It's
like
insane.
this has like speaking to you has been awesome, and so we're probably gonna have a few more questions just before we let you get out of here. But we did on our pre-interview call. Oh no. The one question, this is a selfish question of mine, to the music point. So as Matt had put, I love to just have everybody over. I throw on YouTube, throw on music videos or whatever. So I'm pulling up my phone now so I can start taking notes. But I would like to get some Swedish music recommendations of some favorite artists that you're listening to. It can be from any genre. It doesn't have to be, a specific one. Or actually, no, if you have artists from different genres, please, because I am going to take a note. And the next time you hang out with me, Matt, these are going up on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't.
This
I
is
want
for
to
me
say
too.
I don't really listen to like Swedish music that much, but I have this girl. She went to the same high school as me, so
Okay,
shout out.
There we go.
Hey.
Daniela. I can't say it in English. Daniela Ratana.
Okay, so how do you spell that?
She is. It's Daniela.
Sound it out,
Okay, I
sound
got
it out.
that.
Daniela, and
Okay.
then Rathana. So
R-A-T.
Rathana, but I don't want to. It's like, ugh, I hate Americans
Hey,
pronouncing
Valley
things
girl.
in other languages,
like,
like tortilla or like queso.
Oh gosh.
can I get a
Like
quesadilla, please?
Can I get a quesadilla?
Yeah, it's the worst thing I know. So Daniela Ratana,
Okay.
I really like her.
All
She's just so badass. She's so cool. Like, I am such a fan of her. I listen to everything she puts out, and even Jacob Collier DM'd her on Instagram saying that one of her songs was really good. So, if
Got
you know
it.
who Jacob
Hey.
Collier is, I just realized I was like, maybe
So-
you don't. Who knows
We
who he
just
is?
gonna
but-
roll with it. Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
we know.
sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was looking at. Sorry, I was looking at her artist profile. So, all right.
She's very cool. I love her.
All
She's
right.
so good. She has like a beautiful voice, but she's also so good. Like, I saw her on stage last summer, and wow, like, she can perform. Like, I'm so envious of that.
Do you-
I really
Is this
wish I
a
had that.
favorite album of yours, or do you?
I mean, my favorite. I have favorite songs of hers, and they are from like different
Okay.
albums. But I think you should listen to like all of it, because I think literally whatever you're into, you will find something that you like. Like she does it all. She's so cool.
I like her EP singles, and I like the cover, so I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
She's so cool.
Booking it.
I love her. She's so cool. I love that I get to shout out her. Like I just hope. I honestly hope she makes music in English. I just want to see her like become the next.
Oh, it doesn't
thing.
even need to be in
She's so
English.
cool.
You know, I've shown them music. Yeah, so no.
Yeah, but like you can listen to Swedish music, but like most of the world will not accept.
Strawberry Mansion ain't listening to Swedish music.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be just sending like weekly emails of translations. So I really love this song.
What did this part mean?
Exactly.
Let me know if I should be singing this at the top of my lungs.
Can I sing these parts outside?
That's scary. I always think that's scary when someone writes something in chat when I'm streaming or when I'm doing like an Instagram live and they write something in another language. I'm always like, can I say this out loud? Are they tricking me now?
Yeah, they try and get you. They try and get you.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get you.
I mean, she has a whole song that is just about what's that? What's the English word for this? It's a very technical term. I love that word. It sounds so cunnilingus. There we go.
Okay.
She has a whole song about that. About like it's literally called like sit on his face. Like that's the name of it.
We're listening.
New favorite artist.
Yeah. So there you go. And then she also has other songs that are very beautiful and like really, really deep. So
I like the way you brought it back there. I like the way you brought it back.
Yeah. I felt like I need to.
When her streams skyrocket,
exactly.
Dragon Ball for Life podcast, you're welcome.
I love discovering new music. Are there any Swedish rappers that you listen to or are a fan of, or maybe know is popular?
I feel like Swedish rap for me sounds cringe. I don't want to say that. That sounds awful.
Well, now I need to hear.
It's just like it's not the same thing as.
I'm about to say that's right up Trav's alley.
Like it's okay.
He said music to make people
like I'm only here to promote Daniela. That's it.
I think you can find some cool things in Swedish.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you will think it sounds cringe because you don't understand what they're saying. But for me, it just sounds like, we live in the hood and we bring out our guns and we are so cool. You know, it just doesn't, work. Yeah.
Bang, bang. Shot you down.
I can't think of anyone that I am into. No.
Well, that's okay.
That's just something I'm not getting into.
No, they
gotcha.
Matt knows that once I just get like one artist and then like the algorithm that's like, oh, you may also like, I'm sure I'll stumble upon something and then I'll probably be like,
oh yeah.
Hey, is this artist one that you probably don't like? Because I can see why.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Yes.
I think we have a lot of Sweden is a really big music exporting country. Like we have a lot of big producers and a lot of music or musicians that go abroad and become very, very good. So I think you'll find a lot, and like always on Spotify that kind of irks me. But like Swedish artists are like one genre on Spotify, which I think is wrong because some of them are R&B and some of them are pop and some of them are rock, and so that I don't like that. But thanks to that, you will find all of the good ones, I think.
Okay.
Benjamin Ingrosso, he's lovely. I love him. Okay. I spent not last summer, but the summer before that, I spent the whole summer being single and just like fantasizing about dating him because I thought he was so wonderful. He's very good. He's very musical. Like he's not just good looks, and I like that. I think he's very talented.
That's good.
So I really like him, and Molly Sandén is also a good one. You'll get all of these. Like if you just look Daniela up, you'll get all of those. So
she about to change your whole requesting section.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Music you may like is about to be totally different now.
I'm gonna fuck it up. That's what I do.
We here now though. It's all right.
Look, we here now.
But Daniela Rathana.
Definitely gonna give her music a spin.
I just thought of a hard hitting question that the world needs to know.
Let's get it.
The world wants to know.
Ooh.
Are the directions at IKEA in Sweden as difficult as they are here in America?
I've never understood. I never understood this. It's not. Being a Swede, I know this sounds like a stereotype, but like I do not find it hard to build IKEA furniture. It's just not hard. I don't understand.
Y'all just playing a trick on America. That's just a trick y'all play
I
on
guess.
Stupid America.
I just don't understand it. I love IKEA, and that's like you get all your furniture from IKEA. It's just like the place to go when you move from.
Yeah, that is here too.
From home, you go to IKEA, and it's not hard. I don't understand. Like, there's so many like memes about it, and like I just don't.
It's a requirement that anything you buy from IKEA is going to take you at least 3 hours to put together.
So insane.
It's a requirement.
Maybe I've built so many IKEA furniture that I just don't find it hard, but it's not hard.
It's in your DNA.
See, it's in my genes.
You just got it.
It's in my genes.
Got it. So my workaround is I just use the pictures because like reading it overcomplicates it. I just like whatever the image says.
Do you guys have words?
Yeah, that's usually where it gets so confusing at.
Are you kidding me? You have pictures and words and you still find it confusing? I don't have words. We just have the pictures.
She's like,
are you
punking me right
so it's
now?
like so the majority of the page is pictures, and then like up in the corner it'll have like words, like step 1, step 2, step 3 words. But it's just like how we said, like, oh, no one says thespian in real life. That's how these directions are typed out.
Okay. Okay.
Insert the clavicle inside of this. Like, wait, what?
I'm shocked. I only have the pictures. It goes smoothly. I know everything.
See, that's how they got us.
Matt, I'm glad you revealed that towards the end of the interview, because it looks like she's judging you a little bit.
Whoa, hey, no, I do fine with IKEA furniture because I just use the pictures. But many of people are struggle.
I mean, I think sometimes it's hard knowing like which screw to use, but it's always like the process of elimination. Like, oh, it's not. That's this how I do it. It's not this one, and then it's this one.
Until you get to the end and you got 3 left over, you're like, fuck. Like, where do these go?
Where did I go wrong?
I shouldn't have 3 left over.
Yep, I hate that. That's the hard part with IKEA. When you have too much, or you have when there are parts missing, that's like, oh, I can't do this now. Okay, so I have you can't even move it because you half built it. So it's just like standing in the middle of the room, and it's just like, I can't move this now because it's not done, but I can like take it out, and you just have to go to IKEA and get the extra money. Who wants to do that?
Absolutely. Well, Matilda, I'm sure we could talk to you all day. I do want to end this on like a upbeat note, because again, we do appreciate you so much for taking the time. You
just want to turn this away from me judging you. That's what you're like. We can't end on this note. We can't end on this note.
I was like, shit, I exposed myself.
He's like, trap. I'll close it out. Let me take care of it.
Ball out. No, outlet. No, I do have one more question, because again, like, we did thank you for taking the time out. You know, especially New York Comic-Con week. This is a busy week for people in your field. So we had kind of talked about this during like our pre-prep interview conversation. Just with people with your involvement, and like with your character in Overwatch having such like a cult fan base, like just like a subreddit fan base that is very devoted to her. Do you have any like con experience moment that you have with like a fan, or just in general, that like kind of stands out to you?
Ooh, I mean, for me, getting used to people like reacting, I don't want to say weird, because it's not, I don't find it like, it's not weird, I don't find it odd, like like it puts me off, but like weird for me, never having experienced someone being a fan of me. It took a while to like get used to people like crying, like they were crying me, and I was just like, I'm just Matilda, like I don't, do you want me to like, you should just hang out with me and you'll just see that I'm just like literally not special. Oh my god, I have so many nice experiences. Not only with like fans, but also with other voice actors that I've met, like from the game or from other stuff. Like, I have so many animals in cosplay. That's a fun note. And then for some reason, that's all that gets in my head right now. I'm trying to find
talking animals in cosplay.
I think what I find the most fun, like, sometimes when I see other people signing, it feels like they're kind of like, just like they're like, oh hi, okay, blah blah blah, sign, and then they just take a picture. I want to say not people from Overwatch, because I feel like we go the extra mile. I just want to put that out there. I'm not.
There you go.
Not my fellow
step
colleagues.
Step your game up,
like,
Fortniters.
Exactly. But sometimes I just see people. Exactly. Be aware. I'm dangerous with my words. But like sometimes I see people and I feel like they just like they don't really care. Like they just like, oh, people pay for this, and so here, blah blah blah. There you go. Leave.
That 9 to 5er.
Yeah. Right. See. They're not self-loving enough. They're not self-hyping enough.
Yeah,
full circle.
But so I think for me, I can't think of one experience. I just think it's so lovely to just like not seeing it as someone like being a fan of me. Because if I feel like that, I just get pressured and I feel like I need to live up to something. But just like seeing it as someone like just appreciating something I've done. And me finding something to appreciate within them. And so it's more just of like having a conversation. And I've met so many different people that I've just like, some people where it's just like, wow, we can really talk. And like sometimes the handler, my assistant next to me is just like, you need to move on into the next, you have a line. Like you can't talk to one person for 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh shit, sorry, I thought it was catching up with a friend, you know? So I think that's the most fun part. Like, regardless of where I go, I just like find so many people that I just connect with, and it just gives me this like understanding of the word. Like, oh, I do have something in common with literally every person on the planet. Like, it's impossible to not have that. I'm not alone in anything. Like, I'm very open about like how I feel. Like, I can't lie. I can't be disingenuous. I hate that. And so, for me, just like showing that to someone, like I just want to give them all of me, and that, like being, can't find the word. That being received
rhymes with.
Yeah, exactly.
Reciprocated.
Yeah, reciprocated. Like it's just like a mutual love. Like it's not me just like, oh, give me love, here you go, get some.
It's an exchanging of energies.
Yes.
It's an exchanging of energies.
And it gives me so much. I mean, I'm drained after convention. I can't tell you that like, oh, I'm floating on air, because I'm drained. I'm so tired. And then you have like after parties, and you have like other signings, or you have panels and whatever, and dinners with other people because you need to network and blah blah blah. I hate that. I'm so tired because I give everything I can, and I know these people that come there, they give everything they can, whether it's like cosplay or to just the nerdiness of it all, like all that. It's just I miss conventions. It's been a long time. I miss them. Just now thinking about it, I'm like, oh damn, I need to do that again.
We gotta get you back, and me and Trav are gonna show up with our air horns.
We got our sign.
Exactly.
In our Witcher season 2 poster.
We're just gonna print out your resume and just your lineup as a sign. Put it on a big poster.
Scream. And like, oh no, that was Dominic. Oh no, sorry, that was Michaela.
That was Trav.
Sorry.
But that mindset that you have, no matter how much success that you have, please do not lose that. Like that's like, you know, it's
No, I'm sticking on to that because I don't want to be a bitch. So I do whatever I can. I will never lose that. I cannot tell you. I remind people around me to make sure that whatever happens, I don't lose that. Because it's not going to be fun for anyone if I lose that.
Exactly.
I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's that we were saying, like, you're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm here. Give me my check. All right, I'm going home.
Yeah, exactly. Oof.
Thanks for paying me.
And it's gonna
Exactly,
be
yeah.
such a buzzkill. Like if you have such enthusiasm about the game you're playing, whatever, then you meet someone who was actually involved with whatever step of the creative process, and they don't reciprocate that same energy. You're just kind of like, shoot, well,
Yeah.
kind of takes away the
Exactly.
allure of.
I
what you've
never
been-
want
yeah.
to take that away from anyone, which I think sometimes I give a little too much, which is why I'm also very drained at the end of the day, because I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to. I always feel like, okay, they paid for this. Like, they paid for this,
Right.
and they love the game. I can't disappoint them. But yeah, I feel like it's not hard to. For me, I don't think it's hard to just be as
Be a
excited
good person.
about this
It's
person
not hard to
as
show
the next
love.
one and the next one.
It's
Yeah,
not hard to
it's
show
just
love,
not
and
hard.
People just always are like, it's almost as if like it's a negative thing to praise someone.
Yeah,
where
right?
It's like it's weird. It's weird behavior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think more love to other people and to yourself is the best way to
100%.
go.
100%.
Basic human decency. That is
Exactly.
the key.
We need a big zapper for that, though, to change the world. But I think we'll get
Zap,
to
we
it.
all have manners now.
You all have manners now.
Zap, you all have manners now.
No wars, nothing.
Zero war.
Everything is clean and perfect.
And I'm gonna need that lottery ticket.
Yeah,
Gotta get
also
it.
that. We can't forget that.
Can't forget the lottery ticket.
So, Matilda, I have two closing questions for you. One is our standard closeout, and then the second is, a more fun one for you. So, first, what's next for Matilda? Like, what do you have coming up that you want to let everybody know about? You want to promote, or anything in general? I mean, outside of Overwatch 2, everybody go play that.
Oh yeah,
Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 2. I am working on something. I have a few vlogs. I have 2 vlogs on YouTube, and I'm working on some more similar kind of things. I have a little thing going on. Can't say too much yet.
Okay, we'll be on the
Thing
lookout.
going on.
But I'm very excited about it. It's very fun. It's a project close to my heart. And so I really hope
Witcher
everyone
Season
loves
3.
it. Exactly. The Witcher Season 3. I
The
brought my
Witcher
character
Season
back.
3.
From the
Yeah.
dead. No, but I have that. I'm really excited. So if people want to get to know me and what's about to come, they can go to my YouTube channel, which is just my name. And they
Okay.
can hit a little button that says subscribe. And,
Hit that button.
And they will see the
Smash
next,
that
the
subscribe
next
button.
era to come.
Let's go.
But I think that's pretty much it. I mean, streaming, of course. I want to stream more.
Okay.
So go to my stream as well and click. I don't even know. You can follow me. I don't have like a subscription, but you can follow me there. That's what I have. Just my name everywhere. Just
There you go.
search for me and you'll find me. I'm there. Come get me. Come get me attitude.
Awesome. No, this question just comes from also creeping on your Instagram. But have you been driving everywhere now that you got your license this summer? How's that feel?
Yes.
Big congratulations to you.
Thank you. It feels good.
Claps
It
all
feels
around.
good.
Claps all
It
around.
feels very good. Yes, I'm driving everywhere. I'm driving. There's one studio that is not far away from me. It takes like 20 minutes to drive, but it takes over an hour when you go by train and bus and whatever. And I drive there all the time now. It's the
Must
best thing.
feel
I'm
so
working
refreshing.
there tomorrow morning, going in the car, sitting there just like listening to tunes. Listening to Daniela Ratana.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
It's perfect. So yes, I'm driving everywhere. And thank you for mentioning that I got my driver's license.
Oh.
I love that.
Celebration.
When I just got it,
celebration.
I mentioned it to everyone. Like I would literally mention it to people at a store I was at. Like I would just
Do you know how I got
because
here?
I couldn't
I
stop
drove.
myself. Yeah, I
drove.
couldn't stop. I
Ask me how I
literally
got
couldn't
here.
stop. Ask me how I got here.
No, that's awesome. Big congrats to you, and I'm glad that you've chopped off. That's a big time off your commute from
So definitely.
an hour to 20 minutes.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
that's probably like if
Game
people thought you were
changer.
chipper
Game
at
changer.
work. Oh man, This
Oh,
life.
look at me now. Look at me now.
And like, it's funny because like you have that. Just got my license. I'm happy to drive. Innocence about you. And like 4 years, fuck driving. Like, I hate driving.
Yeah, we gotta.
Also, global warming. It's like, who am I to think that it's important for me to take 20 minutes instead of 1 hour?
Greenhouse gases. I hate driving.
We'll
hate
we'll
it.
reconnect
Hate it.
in 4 years for another episode.
Yeah.
And check in
Yeah,
on
only
each other.
only about
Still
your,
like
your driving history. That's it.
Oh yeah, no.
We're not talking about
nothing
anything else.
I mean,
That's all.
nothing
That's
new
all we're
would have
talking about.
happened in 4 years.
Nope.
So
we're only covering it if you still like driving.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tune in on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
And somehow it'll still be a 2.5 hour conversation.
Yes.
Easily.
Somehow it would be. I'm certain of that. I'm certain of that.
We're here
Oh my
all the
Lord.
pet peeves of driving. That and we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
Look,
Looking forward to it.
I have a bushel of complaints about driving.
Hey,
I hate it.
she's still green, all right, Matt. Let her.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, I love driving.
Don't ruin it.
It's
Don't
the
ruin it for
best. Driving's the best. It's so good.
Well, Matilda, this was a fantastic conversation. We
Absolutely.
couldn't have been more happier to have you on here and to just talk about Men in Black, Cats and Dogs, Air Bud. Oh yeah, and everything else that you have going on in your life. But
But most
That too.
importantly,
And politics.
talking
We
animals.
somehow got into
We did.
politics and
Yeah,
everything.
we really
The
we
range.
went everywhere.
The
no
range.
range.
Came back. We went everywhere and came back at the same time. This
And
is amazing.
came back.
It's the beauty.
Look
of
at
it.
Right
us.
where we
The beauty of
started
it.
from. Look at us. Look at us.
Who'd have thought?
Not
Who'd
me.
have thought? Not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Said-
Paul Rudd.
Not.
Oh my
Nice.
god! And we even
He's a
talked about
gem.
this, I think, in the pre-interview
Yeah.
call. When
We
we
did. Look, circling
look
back.
at us.
We didn't even
circling
know.
Back.
We didn't even know we
Who'd
were
have
doing
thought? Who'd have thought? Not me.
it. Not me. Not
Oh my
me.
lord. Oh
I'm
my
gonna tell
lord.
you've peppered it through the episode, but if one final time you would like to tell our listeners where they can find you on your socials.
Yes. You can find me, search my name, Matilda Smedius. You can find me mostly at M Smedius. On Twitch, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, you can find me at Matilda Smedius. Go follow me anywhere. I think you will like what's about to come. I hope. I truly hope. But yeah,
We'll make them like it.
yeah, good. Threaten them.
They have
Yes,
no
good.
choice. Like it. Like it.
You have to.
Said please.
So, and if not, zap them.
Zap 'em.
Zap
Instant
'em.
zap.
Zap them. Well, Trav, is there anything else that you want to get off your chest before we close this bad boy out?
No, I just needed to make sure that she's looking both ways before she drives off of a stop sign. So I think we're
Yeah.
I
you
think
go.
we're good. I think we're good. So I think you're free to
That's good.
take us away, Matt.
Well, this has been another rousing episode of Dragon Ball for Life. And Matilda Smedius, she answered the dragon call, and she did so well. She stepped up to the plate, knocked that bad boy out the park, much like our
Smashed it.
Fighting Phils. Go Phillies. Go Phillies. We got us a red October. We are in the
Let's go.
playoffs for the first time in a decade.
Let's go.
Had to get that out there. And it's Sunday that we're doing this recording, so go Birds.
Yes.
I got to get that out there, too. Got to get that out there. But like we always say here at Dragon Ball for Life, for all our nerd babies, whether you watch it or you read it, we all need it. So follow that fandom right back here, and we will see you next time on Dragon Ball for Life. Bow. Dodon Ray. Shout outs to super producer Mikey.
Shout out to Yali.
All caps. Booyakasha.